Hey guys, what's up? All right. Anyways, hey guys, welcome to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. Oh my gosh, this is week 8. I'm losing total track of time. Let me tell you what you're doing this week. There's a lot to say. Go to the week 8 folder. Wait, whoop. Actually, let me do this here. I can get this to work. My dinosaur. Loading. Keep that on loading. Anyways, all right. So Monday, really easy for you guys. You guys are going to watch my quick lecture and respond to the discussion board why we immigrate. In no less than 6 sentences, and based off the lecture, what do you think are the most important reasons that people immigrated to this country at the turn of the century? Please also respectfully comment to one of your other classmates' posts. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Interesting period of American history, and you're going to have an opportunity to maybe say more momentarily in what you're doing the rest of the week. So let's take a look at that. Tuesday, Friday. Now this is the big time. Open it up. It will eventually turn you into something like this if it loads for me in the next 10,000 years on the slowest computer ever made by mankind. It would be faster for me to take a hammer and a chisel and chisel out what I needed to tell you, which is proving right even now as I speak here and watch this thing continue to load about as slowly as possible. Still slow. Still slow. Boy, this is not fast. Wonder if we should tell jokes in the meantime. There it is. I was beginning to wonder. Anyways, let's scroll to the top, if it will let me, without catching my computer on fire instantly. The answer so far has been a resounding no. Ha. It's happening. There we are. All right. You guys are doing your first paper. As historians, it's important that we answer key questions and pivotal points in history. For this reason, you'll be writing your first paper, or should I really say a series of essays about the topic. In doing so, you will refer back to key documents that we discussed in class and classmates' presentations to answer the questions. Here's what you must do. Choose 2 of the 4 questions. After the Civil War, in what ways did the white South repress and subjugate newly freedmen? How did the government try to help? Why didn't it work? What should have been done differently? Think back to black codes. Think back to my lecture. What caused American urbanization? How did urbanization change America? So, think back to the presentations on inventions. Think back to my lecture again. 3, why did immigrants come to America? What challenges did they face? And how did immigrants change America? And last one, in the fight for organized labor, what were the concerns that workers faced? And how did they address these concerns? I may also include a 5th question, but right now choose 2 of those 4 questions. Keep looking here. Once you have chosen one of these answers, you will craft a 1 to 2 page response supporting your answer with resources used in this unit, presentations, notes, and other primary sources. And do the following. Write a 1 to 2 page response. Support your answer with evidence citing presentations, notes, primary sources. Your paper will be in Times New Roman double space size 12. Your paper must include in-text citations and a works cited page at the end. Let's talk about what your paper should actually look like. I've included an example of how a paper should be headed with your name, your professor's name, that's me, the title of the class, and the date, including a page number and your last name in the top right corner. Make sure you head it exactly like that. Scrolling down into the future, if it would like to scroll down. All right. Yep, it says all that there. Opening paragraph and thesis. For those of you that haven't done this before, let's chat. In your opening paragraph, you're going to set up everything you were talking about for the rest of your paper, as well as take a position and an argument and a thesis statement, known as a thesis statement. Let me change that here. Known. All right. That you will explain and define throughout your paper. Now, to help you out, I have included examples from papers I have written myself. All right, and I've put them in here and highlighted what you need to know. What you'll see is a opening paragraph I wrote for a college class, where you'll see in a yellow I highlighted what my thesis statement is. And in blue I highlighted and told you that is sort of the synopsis of what my paper will be about. So clearly I take a position. I say in many ways the Bill of Rights and the Constitution as a result of the American Revolution amounted to a restoration of principles and practices that existed prior to the French and Indian War, but also in some ways greatly different. So I take a position. I say things are different, things are the same. We're going to compare and contrast throughout the paper. And then I say how we're going to do that. I say we're going to talk about this. I say we're going to talk about that. I say we're going to talk about everything here. All right. And I'll go into where I go from there. But that is a good way to talk about an opening paragraph. A thesis statement, and then a synopsis of what your paper is going to say to back up your position and opinion and argument in the thesis statement. Now, body paragraphs. You'll need to explain your opening paragraph thesis statement with evidence written about it in your body paragraphs. I will now show you some examples from the same paper that my opening paragraph comes from to show you how I then go into detail and start to support my thesis statement with the evidence I said I was going to describe in my opening paragraph. Make sure you read through these. They might be helpful to you to understand where to go from here. Also, I've included an example of a concluding paragraph. At the end of the paper, it's good to kind of conclude your thoughts. A concluding paragraph is oftentimes a summary of the points you've made throughout your paper. I included again an example paragraph from some of my work on how I summed up the same paper my thesis statement and body paragraphs come from. Now, scrolling down into the future. A works cited page. Here I have literally given you a picture of an example works cited page. I've also given you examples of how to cite a book and a web page here and here. All right? I've also given you an example of what I'd like to see for an in-text citation. Nothing fancy. I want either the name of the article and the name of the author, or with a page number, if possible. That's it. So for those of you that aren't familiar with in-text citations, you need to put them at the end of any paragraph or direct quote in your paper. All right? Now, I will let you know you'll have a little over a week to complete this. You've got plenty of time. I've also got a rubric you should really read through and make sure you know what is expected of you. But you're going to have a week to complete this. Please email me if you have any questions. Next week, I'll actually be offering the opportunity for you to meet me in Google Meets. But so let's go over this rubric here quick before I conclude this. You're really going to be graded on several things. Quality of information. Is the information correct? Is it on topic? Organization. Does your paper have a flow to it? Paragraph construction. Good grammar. Is your paragraph constructed in a logical way, introducing an idea, supporting an idea? Amount of information. Basically, do you have the correct amount that was required? 1 to 2 pages per response. Sources in correct MLA format. A well-crafted thesis. Accurate research. Good quotes to back up your support. This is what I'm talking about. You'll often need to quote somebody's presentation or quote some primary sources or even my notes in your answer. Also, we want good grammar in this. No mistakes. Also, be sure to format your paper at the top and at the bottom in the works cited page, just like the examples I gave you. Okay, guys. Good luck. Again, email me if you have any questions at ksearcy@spartan.lymanceschools.org. Go team!